Welcome, welcome. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Pride of Africa conversation series. Let me know that you can hear me live on YouTube, on Facebook. Let me know that you can hear me this evening. You're welcome, leading ladies. I'm super excited to have you all here this evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. March seems to be my best month of the year. Yes, it's not my birthday month, but I love to celebrate women. So let me know that you can hear me this evening, wherever you are joining us in from. Let me know, right? If you are joining us from Nigeria, if you are joining us from the United Kingdom, if you're joining us from Canada or anywhere around, the continent, let us know. Welcome. Go let your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues at work, your sisters, your mothers, your aunties, let them know the Pride of Africa is live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited to have you all here today. If you are just joining in, you are live on the Leading Ladies Business Institute IWD program for the year 2023. Welcome. Awesome. I see you. Somebody joining us from the United States. You are welcome. Would you let us know where precisely from the United States you are joining us in from? Welcome, welcome. I'm super glad to have you here. I'm excited that you are here. It's all about women. And everywhere women gather, trust me, something has got to happen. All right. If you are joining us for the very first time and you have never heard about the Leading Ladies Business Institute, let me introduce to you who we are. Let me introduce to you who we are. But before I do, please do me a favor. All right, go remind your sisters. Let every woman that you love know that there is something going on here. All right, we have started the Pride of Africa conference. All right, all the way from Houston, Texas. You're welcome. Good to see you from Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, as we wait for other ladies to join us in from live on this program, I'd like to tell you about the Leading Ladies Foundation. We are an organization that is very passionate about women. We are passionate about women. We are passionate about leadership. We are passionate about entrepreneurship. We are passionate about empowering women. I personally believe that until, women empowerment becomes very, very viral, all right, we will never be able to bridge the gap or harness, the potential of a continent, a nation, a society. Because you see, nobody can really run fast on one leg. You got to agree with me on that. But let's move on. We are Africa's foremost institute or academy for female entrepreneurs, for women entrepreneurs, for every woman in business. The Leading Ladies Business Institute exists to meet the needs of women in business, to help you build sustainable brands, to help you scale up your business, to help you build infrastructure, to help you leave a legacy. Being born by an African woman, I saw my mother growing up do all kinds of businesses. And guess what? She succeeded at those businesses. There was really nothing she did that she didn't make a hit. But what happened when she died, her businesses died with her. So what we want to do is help African women leave a legacy. You hear of businesses that are 500 years old, 200 years old, 100 years old. Why not African women owned businesses? I believe the same thing can happen if women are trained and empowered, to run businesses correctly. So you're welcome. We are the one-stop solution provider for the 21st century woman who desires to contribute her quota to the world economically, politically, and through personal leadership. We believe that every woman is a gold mine of resources, a bundle of talent, and so deserves quality investment in the growth stimulating environment. All right. We believe that when a woman is in a growth stimulation environment, she can be enabled, all right, to spread her wings and fly without fear. We love women, and our passion is woven into every transformational experience like you are about to experience on the Pride of Africa Equal Conversation series. In this year, the theme for the International Women's Day, all right, is equal, all right, equity, all right, digital, all right. So now the world is saying, let us, create an opportunity for women to, have equal rights, all right, to anything that they want to do. They are saying, let there be inclusion in technology, let there be inclusion in every infrastructural space so that women can fully express themselves. We believe that this is possible, and it's a collective work of both men and women. On the Pride of Africa conversation series for this year, you would learn from entrepreneurs who have grown their businesses from nothing to something. They have built a system, they have established structures, and they are going to share with you their stories. I read many years ago that the secret of great men is where? In their stories. All right, the secret of great men is in their stories. If you can find what they have done and you repeat exactly how they did it, then you will get the same result. That's the law of cause and effect. If you find out what causes the effect and you put that into motion, all right, it is certain, like 100%, that you will get the same result. And that is what we're here to do today, to inspire you, to motivate you, to be a catalyst to your success in the nearest future. All right. So if you're here, you are welcome. And I say that you are at the right place with the right people, and you are about to get the right results. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited to have you here today. All right. If you're just joining in, let us know where you are joining in from. All right. Send us your flag so that we can celebrate you and welcome you. This is the best thing you could be doing with your evening on a Saturday like this, learning and growing. All right. See, wealth is equal to knowledge. You want to grow your wealth, you want to grow your income, then develop you. This is the crux of what we believe at the Leading Ladies Business Institute. So you're welcome today. We have an amazing lineup over the next 3 days. All right. Well, not it's not tomorrow. All right. So we have today on the 25th, we have 28th, and then we have the 30th. So we'll be back here on Tuesday and Thursday respectively. So mark your calendars, mark your time. It's going to be an amazing, 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 amazing time. All right. So I believe I have in the studio with me. Please let me know. I believe I have in the studio with me our founder in the person of Dr. Arifalo. And she'll be coming up briefly before we move into the conversation series for tonight. All right. So, ladies, if you are joining us, please let me know. I can see your comments. Let me know. Let me see that you can hear me loud and clear. All right. I see you, Olajumoke. You are welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right. So, yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good to have you. It's great to have you. Don't forget to go remind your sisters that if they have not joined in, they are missing out on the most exciting program ever, the most inspirational. All right, it's time to learn, it's time to grow, ladies, it's time to improve. Okay, so I'd like to welcome on board tonight with me. We have Dr. Arifalo, a founder, a very, very inspirational woman. Now, this woman has changed my life. I met her 11 years ago. I was a young lady who didn't know my left from my right, but she has helped me navigate, and release my potential. Her passion for women, oh my, it is contagious. You will not come close to Dr. Arifalo and not catch a vision for your life or a vision for the world. And we are so glad and privileged to have such an enigmatic leader with us here tonight. So please welcome. Would you help me bring on board Dr. Arifalo tonight on board the Pride of Africa conversation series?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much,
Welcome.
Isoa. Hi, everyone. Super excited to be here. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Isoa, for
yeah.
the great work that you guys do. Like,
Thank
I
you, ma'am.
definitely have the best team ever. Like, we have the best team ever here. Women that are excited about women that are excited about empowering other women and helping women become more than, more than they can ever dream to be. I want to welcome you all to Pride of Africa. And if you're here from anywhere in the world, we are super excited to have you. We are so happy and we are so excited about the possibilities of us working together, of us doing life together.
Yes,
It is
yes.
said that when women work together, great things come out of it. All right. When
That's
you see
right.
one empowered woman, you can be sure that there are several empowered women around her, just like I have. People tell me, you know what, PD, you are this. And I'm like, I wish you knew that I've got powerful women, I've got empowered women around me, not just any kind of women, but empowered women. And that's why today I'm super excited you guys are all here. And for those who are here now and those who will watch later, I want to say something really quick, Esau, and that's really about empowerment. We talk about empowerment, and empowerment seems to be, a controversial theme or topic, so to say.
Mm,
A controversial topic with many people, because many people think when you talk about empowerment, then you're talking about women liberation. You're talking about,
mm.
women rebelling against the system or something. And one thing I tell women is this, you need to be comfortable in your own skin and you
That's
need to know
right.
who you are. If you don't know who you are, I mean, you're going to be pushed up and down the place.
You can
That
grow
people,
you.
you can't grow you. The first thing you need to do, you're your greatest investment. We tell people when they come into, LLBI, the Leading Ladies Business Institute, we tell them one thing. You see, we are not magicians and we
Mm,
cannot give you what you don't already have.
that's
As
right.
women, we need to know that we are loaded. We're loaded with potentials. As women, we need to
Absolutely.
know that we are extraordinary. As women, you need to understand that we are intelligent and we are capable of doing much more than what we're doing right now. You need to understand that, you are a superwoman and, you are capable of birthing, you are capable of doing extraordinary things. Are you with me? So when we talk
Yeah,
about empowerment, people think, oh, there they come again. I don't want to be empowered. I think every woman needs to be empowered, just like every man
that's
needs to be
right.
empowered, just like every child, every human being needs to be empowered. Because you see, your empowerment, right, will determine everything about you, will determine the results you're able to get, will determine the quality of thoughts you can think, will determine how you're able to help yourself, help your family, help your community, help your society, help your nation. Empowered women or on it, women that are not empowered cannot exert any energy, cannot bring profits, cannot,
That's true.
can't do anything, can't do anything. If you're disempowered, you need to understand that you can't be useful to anybody. You
Mm,
can't be useful to yourself. The world is looking for women and men that are empowered, and how much more women in every nation or society where women are well cultivated and well empowered, economic growth is also seen. It becomes an enabling environment where people naturally grow, people naturally are productive, people are creative, people are able to do things that, people are able to contribute and make the world a better place. Underdevelopment requires fighting with both, requires fighting with both hands, or development requires fighting with both hands.
both
That is
hands.
men and women, right?
That's
We
right.
have a
True.
society where it looks like the men are, doing everything and the women are
Mm,
relegated to the backspace. Though I tell women, nobody can, you don't need permission to shine, do you?
that's
We
true.
don't need permission to
We
shine.
don't need
You
permission.
know, I don't need permission to be me. I don't need permission to shine. I am who I am, right? And I have the right to shine. I don't need to ask for permission. And that's why it's not a women's lib thing, right? It's a thing of I'm a human being and I have a lot to contribute to my world.
My
Men have been, Africa in particular, right, has been fighting with with one hand while the other hand is limp. And that's men are doing everything and the women are underutilized. or the
Mm.
women are not rising up to take their place. And we know that two hands will always be better than one. Two
That's
hands will always
right.
be better than one. 50%, 100% is better than 50%, right? And that's what this is
Yeah.
all about. That's what this is all about. We're saying, women, listen to me. It's not enough to just do business and just make money. All right. You need to be empowered. You need to be empowered mentally, emotionally. You need to get up. You need to find you. You need to find who you are. You need to find your identity. You need to understand your strength. And when you understand your strength, you're able to project that strength in such a way that it benefits others, it benefits
Mm.
you, it benefits your family, and it benefits your community. And I'll round off with this. You are in the best place right now, the best time with the best people, doing the best thing you can do. This will
Right.
probably be, listen to me, one of the best things you have done so far, or at least this year. And I tell people, listen to me, there are many things that add up to success. So you don't say this is the only way. And one of the things that add up to success is you need to find yourself amongst empowered women. You need to find
Mm.
yourself, expose yourself to people. What you know, you know. What you don't know, maybe what is limiting you, right? And how you get to know more things is by putting yourself in places and putting yourself in positions where you can hear people that have results, no matter how young they are or how old they are, the color of their skin, right? You need to find yourself in environments where people that have experienced things, right, where they can teach you, where you can leverage on their own success, on their success stories, on their leverage on their wisdom, leverage on on the things that they have done. And maybe the answer to what you've been looking for is on the lips of someone that is going to speak today. We are not here to joke. We are Africa's number one university for women in Africa. And our
That's
goal
right.
is big. We are dreaming so big. We want to raise women in Africa. We want to empower women in Africa. We want to do amazing things. We want to take women on this journey of empowerment. We want to liberate women from themselves, from their fears, from the things that have limited them. We want to empower women's minds to disabuse their minds that makes them feel like they're good for nothing but to have children. Want to say
Mm.
we are productive. We are productive. We are creative. We are innovative leaders, right? We are
Yeah.
innovative leaders. We are creative leaders. And, it's time for us to get up. So I want to encourage you, get on board with the Pride of Africa today. Beyond that, go beyond just this conference, right? Go beyond this conference this next few days. And I want you to step into a relationship that will change your life. We run an empowering community where women have been liberated, women have been raised, women have been transformed. And I tell people, until you step in, you don't know, you can't understand. It's an
That's right.
experience. It's not
True.
something
Very
we
true.
say with words, it's an
It's to be
experience. So
experienced.
it is an experience, and I'm super excited about what is happening today. And we had an amazing time last year at the Pride of Africa. We're going to have a better time this year on the Pride of
That's,
Africa.
that's
I look
right.
forward to celebrating all the women from Africa in all over the world, but in particular women from all over Africa today, to say, you know what, Africa rocks and we are the future of
That's
Africa. Thank
right.
you so
True.
much, Iswa.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much,
Dr.
everyone. And
Father.
I look forward to what we have in store today. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for emulating great leadership here. Thank you for showing us that women are not limited. And this you have said a lot. You have proven, you have taught, you have trained, you have mentored that women are not limited. If there's any limit in a woman's life, it's a limit that she has allowed. And that's why
That's
I'm super glad, about the theme for this year that is centered about embracing equity and digital.
equity.
I love it all. I love it all. I love it all. I
Yeah.
love it all. We believe that
And we are
women are not
taking the
limited.
limits off.
That's right.
We are
And
taking the
whatever limits
limits off.
exist, we are taking them off.
That's
The
true.
Leading Ladies Foundation exists for women empowerment advocacy. We want to be,
That's
we
right.
are Africa's number one voice for women empowerment advocacy all around the world, right? And that's what we're about, to empower women, to help them, every woman step into her fullest potential so that she can produce. I know that there are stereotypes, there are all kinds of things stacked up against women. But I believe that knowledge and information is the first way to deal with anything. The moment you are
That's right.
informed, then you become empowered. And this is
That's
what this is
right.
about on the Pride of Africa conference tonight. All right. If you are empowered, that means you know what to do, and you know how to do it, and you know with whom to do it. So we would give you steps, practical steps on the conversation series to help you move from where you are to where you desire to be. Thank you so much, Dr. Marifalo. It's been
Thank
great having
you.
you
Thank
here
you.
this evening, and we are moving really, really quickly into the next phase of the conversation series tonight. I believe that I have Ada in the waiting room. All right, please welcome on board, Ada. Thank you. She's a manager in charge of programs and partnerships. Welcome on board, Ada. Super glad to have you here. Now, whilst Ada is coming up, I have something I'd like to share with you. Good to see you, Ada. Good evening. You are welcome.
Good
Oh, and you
evening,
you look
Pia.
beautiful like an African woman. That you are.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. It's good to have you here.
You
Growing up,
too.
I wasn't so aware about the bias and the disparity, segregation about women. I grew up with equal opportunities for my brother and two sisters. I mean, we would literally do the same things, the same chores, from washing the plates to cleaning the house to electrical work with my dad. And so I wasn't really aware there was any real difference until I became a young teenager. And, I'd be in school, and when there was a queue, boys would be placed in front of girls, and they would say, "Can't you see that he's a boy?" I didn't understand, because growing up, my brother had to wait his own turn. It didn't matter that he was a boy. He had to wait his own turn. But as I grew up, I got to university. I remember in my part three, there was going to be an election in my faculty, or was it department, and so, I mean, I used to have this group of friends that were young guys. We're all young together in the same class. And so they said, "Oh, teasing." They were just teasing. I said, "So would you run for vice president?" We were looking at the posters that day, and I saw two ladies, and I'm like, "I'm not sure these ladies can lead us," and they said, "So would you run for vice president?" I said, "No, I wouldn't run for vice president. I will run for president." And then they said, "No, no, 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 you can't run for president. That particular role is left for men." I couldn't understand why only men could run for president. If a woman can run for vice president, then a woman as well can run for president. I mean, it's not a marital relationship where you have to have a husband and a wife. I didn't understand that, but as I grew, I became aware that there was, some kind of segregation and disparity in the society when it came to men and women. Now I moved on to the workplace. At the workplace, working in the bank, men were given more challenging roles than women, and the excuse, that would hear then is, someone will soon start calling you now so you can go home. I didn't understand that. I mean, if I was available to do the job and I was competent to do the job, then I can do it. And it didn't have to be, because whether I'm married or not married, somebody will call me or not call me, I'm saying that, we live in a world where truly there are not equal opportunities. But I believe that if women will rise up, we can create the equal opportunities that we desire. We can create those opportunities by becoming aware of this stereotyped way of thinking and bring a change to it. I remember as well, if you're a young lady in Lagos, you're not married, you're single, looking for an apartment to live in, the first thing they ask is, who's going to pay the bills? I didn't understand that. I can pay my bills. I didn't need a man to pay the bills. I remember one particular incident a couple of years back. And after meeting the landlord, the person now says, "So who is going to pay the bills? So where's the man? You need to introduce a man." And I said, "I don't have any man to introduce to you who is going to pay my bills. I am capable of paying my bills, and I can handle it." I mean, these scenarios are just an interesting way of just depicting the way our society has been wired over time. And I believe that it's time for women to rise up. I believe that it's time for women to change our paradigm, change our way of thinking, and adapt to the times that we live in. In the 1700s, it made sense for men to have more money than women. And I'll tell you why. Because, I mean, what you needed to bring to the table was physical strength. The kind of jobs that existed in those days were working in steel factories. I mean, odd jobs, working at coal mines, all right, working at farmland. So it made sense, since the attribute for success was physical power. And of course, men are stronger than women. So it made sense in that time that, men should have more money than women. But right now, we live in a world where the greatest attribute for success is your mental power, your creativity, your innovation, your intelligence, your leadership, what you are bringing to the table. And against this, there is no gender disparity. Right? There's no gender. I mean, the female brain is not less intelligent than the male brain, right? So
At
you must
all.
develop yourself. You must improve yourself. I've been in classes where I see a lady coming first, then you get married to this guy. You were coming first in class. You had a job. You get married to this guy, and then you wait for the guy to bring the money home. Why? Suddenly you are a wife, you're a woman, and then the brain is suspended. I think we need to do better. We really, really need to do better. We need to do better. So ladies and gentlemen, the world has evolved. It's time for all of us to evolve as well. All right, it's time for us to evolve. I mean, I wish I could say more, but I'm going to leave that, for another time and allow Ada take over. Welcome aboard, Ada.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, PI. I'm so pumped up. As in, you've touched on a very raw nerve this evening. We weren't even going there, but you've gone there and back. So, so let me just take it off from there. Thank you so much. I really
Thank
genuinely
you.
want to appreciate you, very amazing women. You and Rev D, who have gone ahead of us and are charting the course for other younger women to come behind and to make life easier. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being courageous, being bold, taking whatever step that needed to be taken to achieve the success and to make it easier for women. You see, today, where we are at in terms of empowering women is far better than where we were a decade ago, 2 decades ago.
Absolutely.
And it
Absolutely.
took a lot of courage for the women who went ahead of us to say this narrative has to change. Our
That's right.
daughters, our sisters, for those coming behind us to experience a better life. I remember sharing one time that for the longest time I was scared of marriage because I always thought that marriage is that system where as a woman you go in and somehow you're just limited. I
Mm,
took a lot of effort to disabuse my mind from that sort of thinking, to tell myself that see, you don't lose your natural abilities or the capacities that you've built over time just because you're married. And there are
that's
so
right.
many women that are limited like that. We approach a lot of subjects with that kind of limitation, and guess what, tech is one of those subjects. Technology
Mm,
and digital solutions are just one of those subjects that we've approached with limited mindsets. We think that it's too complex for a woman.
woman too.
It's too techy. When you say it's too techy, it's almost like it's for a man, or it's a man's world, or it's meant for women who are tomboys. But it's not the case, and that's what we're
That's
doing
right.
in this series. We are disabusing those mindsets. We are
But
making
debunking
women
those myths.
understand that there is no such thing as tech is not for me. And if you're
That's
going to
right.
do business in the 21st century, you have to leverage digital solutions. What women don't know is if you're on Facebook, you're already leveraging digital solution. If you're on IG, if you have a
If you're
smartphone,
WhatsApp,
like you already
if
you
you're
just
alive in this training tonight,
you are. So you just have to first of all accept it, appreciate it, and use it to your advantage, and just do away with that ceiling and allow yourself to embrace it wholly. And that's what we're going to be doing this evening. Thank you so much, PI.
thank
Thank you.
you,
Thank
Ada.
you.
We'll do
And
that.
good evening. Good evening to every one of you who have joined us in this conversation series. I'm so pumped. I'm super excited to be anchoring this session. I've been looking forward to it. Why? Apart from the fact that I enjoy picking into the minds of very amazing and successful people, I'm also pumped by the subject of anything that empowers women and anything that gets women to move forward, and also to talk to women who have moved forward themselves. So imagine my excitement just knowing that I'm going to be peeping into the mind of our next guest and just seeing how far she has come leveraging technology. Now, without further ado, let me make welcome my next guest. Her name is Adora Onyeke. She's the lead export consultant at the Smart Exporter LLC. She is also a business analyst and she's the country manager for My Afri she's actually a woman that needs no introduction. I'll just allow her knowledge, her expertise do the speaking this evening. Ladies and sprinkles of gentlemen who I know are in our midst this evening, help me make welcome Adora Onyeke. Hi, Adora.
Hi, Ada. Hello, Ada. Is it
Hi.
amazing that we're namesakes?
Imagine. So we have to stop using the Ada word. We have to use as in Adugo Adora so that nobody is confused this evening.
So we don't confuse
Welcome.
people here.
No confusion at all. So Adora, thank you so much for joining us. I have known you for quite some time, so I'm not a stranger to you at all. Neither am I a stranger to your works. I'm so amazed at how far you've come over the years and the number of women-owned businesses that you've been able to take across the world, across the globe through your export skills. So let's just get to meet you before we delve into the core of the matter.
Okay, thank you, Adora. I do go.
I know, right?
We're going to have to get used to this. So, um, for a while, I've known her as Ada Chintua. So it's going to be so hard trying to integrate her new surname. So my name is Adora Onyeke. Like Ada mentioned, we've known each other for a while. I'm the lead consultant at the Smart Exporter LLC, a leading or growing export company, export consultancy company. I also happen to be the country manager of My Afrimall Logistics, which is an export and logistics solution provider. We help move items from Lagos, Nigeria to any destination in the world that has an international airport. So anywhere across the world, as long as there is an international airport there and you have goods that are legally accepted by customs authorities of that country, we can help you get those goods across. So how did I get started? It all started in 2017 slash early 2018. I was just a young girl fresh out of university and I was looking for jobs. So I was working as a social media manager slash writer, a freelance writer as at that time. So I got hired by somebody in the US that wanted to set up business in Nigeria. Now that's the beginning of the journey. And at first, it was meant to be an import only company whereby she sources for items in the US and brings them down to Nigeria. We all know what happened with the inflation and everything, the economic crunch in that era. So I suggested the export aspect whereby we move items from Nigeria and take them to the US. And that was how my Afrimall logistics started. So at first, it was just food stuff. We wanted to just fill the gap between um, Nigerians in diaspora who still wanted food stuff, fresh quality food stuff. Because the complaint as at that time was that items in African stores were usually stale and kind of expensive. So most people wanted things that they could source for fresh from markets in Lagos, Nigeria, or Port Harcourt, or the popular food markets in Nigeria. And that was how we began. Just with social media, WhatsApp and Instagram only. as at that time. So let me leave you to lead the conversation, Adugo. Hi, Adugo, can you hear me?
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Adora. Um, so would you say that you just started right off because you mentioned about having a social media management background? Would you say that that's already exposed you to digital solutions?
Yes, it did. I actually started in my last year, my final year in the university. So I was already managing business pages for SME.
Okay, okay. So my first question is going to be this. Um, can you tell us about the digital solutions that you use to scale your business?
Okay, very interesting one. The first one, like I mentioned, is WhatsApp and Instagram. As basic as it sounds, it's actually it's actually one of my top open but secret, should I say secret but open business solutions. So most of the customers we have, if not all, came to know about our services from Instagram. So from Instagram, we would publicize our services. We'll talk about the things we can bring into the US for people. We'll talk about the logistics problems and how we can come in as solution providers. And these people would see our page, they would see the structure, the setup of everything, the pictures, compelling videos, and all, and they would reach out to us. From Instagram DM, we take the conversation to WhatsApp, we conclude the conversation, they bring in items to us or let us know that they would need us to connect them to suppliers or vendors in Nigeria. We get this done for them, they deliver to our office, and then we help them move it across the world. Another thing is, even when it came to looking for other solution providers like agents, because export export business is not a business that you can do on your own. It is a business that requires sort of collaboration and multiple partnerships. Most of our partners also, we came across them on social media. So we would require agents in the UK, we would require clearing officers in Canada, we would require officers in Dubai or South Africa, and leveraging on the power of technology, basically Instagram actually helped us bridge that gap, get these people, and then start a working relationship with them that has thrived even 5 years after.
I'm shocked. Maybe not really shocked, but fake shock. I'm expressing a fake shock at the fact that as simple and as basic as Instagram and WhatsApp is, it has been very instrumental in the growth of your business. It has been very instrumental in connecting you with customers and helping you scale your business. I I am enjoying this conversation to the point that I'm ready to do away with this network right now. Can you guys hear me? Am I back?
Yes, you're back. I can hear you.
Okay, great. So before the network cut me short there, I was saying that it's interesting to know that as simple and as basic as Instagram and WhatsApp is, it has connected you to a global market and it has been very instrumental in the growth of your business. Now, on that basis, how were you able to identify the fact that, oh, I can actually use Instagram, I can use WhatsApp and the rest of them to leverage my business? about is how are you using digital solutions or digital tools that are available to grow your business, to expand your business reach. So now how are you able to decide that okay, I can actually use Instagram to reach certain audience or to reach certain people or to reach a target market?
Okay. Thank you for that question. One of the one of the things I did when I got the job initially is I looked at the possible ways to connect with people in diaspora. I looked at the platforms that were available for people in Nigeria and people across the world to meet. And at that point, Instagram happened to be that platform that I could get that. Yeah, Facebook was nice. A lot of people were actually already doing business on Facebook. But I looked at it that I noticed after my initial simple market research that the kind of people on Facebook are not the kind of people I want to do business with. So I know some people here understand what I mean. You know, when you put up some things and some people are expecting that it's only when it is payment or delivery that they will be able to purchase that item. So I was put off by doing business strictly on Facebook. So I looked at Instagram, and because I already had experience working with that platform, I decided to leverage on that by using hashtags that will make our posts or our services visible to people in diaspora. So if I wanted to put across a post that I want Canadian people, Nigerians in Canada to see it, I had some specific sets of hashtags that would draw the attention of these people. So provinces, certain provinces in Canada that I know has a higher Nigerian population or African population, I would use those hashtags. So, for example, Nigerians in Ottawa, Nigerians in Calgary, Canada, Nigerians in Vancouver, Nigerians in Winnipeg. I use these hashtags a lot. Nigerians in diaspora. Then platforms where some pages where I know that Nigerians in diaspora would like to come to get information about latest happenings and events in Nigeria. I also used to be active on these pages. Diary of a Niger Girl, Insta blog, so many others. Also, I would not like to rule out that Instagram adverts actually helped a lot because at that time, yes, organic content would really bring you results, but you could get better results into when you invest into sponsored adverts. So we used to run adverts a lot. We had budget for sponsored adverts, for Instagram sponsored adverts. Later on, we moved to adverts offline. We moved to adverts offline. Then we also integrated influencer marketing on some levels, and then Google My Business. As simple as these things look, they actually work well if you do it with strategy. If you do it strategically and you plan it in such a way that your message will reach just the kind of people that you want as potential buyers, then it would amaze you the results that you will get.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's I can see that your background in social media management also influenced your ability to use these platforms. It also, I believe, impacted in you being able to identify these platforms as, viable options to grow your business. I'm correct, right?
Yes, you're correct.
Hi.
Sorry, I didn't get what you said last.
So I was making reference to your background in social media management, and I was stating that your background in social media management choose the tools or the digital solutions that you leverage to grow your business. Now, just listening to you, one can say it's been a jolly good ride. It's been really super easy for you. But can you tell us what were those challenges that you faced in implementing these digital solutions, and how did you overcome them?
Okay. It's not been a smooth ride entirely. It has not been a smooth ride entirely because it's one thing to do marketing, position yourself well, and get customers. It's another thing to learn how to retain those customers. Now, when it comes to pardon me if I make a lot of references to exports, but
Yes,
since it's
go
my
ahead.
niche,
We all want to
my
export. That's where we are going to. So feel free to make as many references. That's where we are headed.
all right. So in the first few years, when we would have customers, they would bring items. We had issues or challenges around documentation. So I started with just because the senior partners are in the US, my documentation was just pen and paper. So I would have a journal or a big notebook. I would divide it into sections. And when customers bring items, I just write their names, their phone number, email, and the packages they brought, right? So as the business started growing, it's only expected that we move from that brick and mortar system, that archaic system, to using tools that will make it easier for myself and the people over there to be able to track information. So, for example, when we started Sea Cargo initially, now how sea freight or sea cargo works when it comes to consolidation, normally a 20-feet container or a 40-feet container takes very large volume, typically between 8 tons to 25 tons of items, meaning that because we are doing consolidation and we wanted to bridge the gap for individuals or small business owners in the US that want to buy items from Nigeria, they cannot do full container, they can't do large volumes, right? So we now split it into minimum kg of 100. So which means each person brings 100 kg, and for a 40-feet container to fill up, we need about 18,000 kg to 25,000 kg. Now, if you do the math, if an average person brings just 100 kg or 200 kg, we're dealing with roughly 200 to 500 customers. Now, that database already is very large. So per container, I can't write out all the details any longer. And we now have issues around by the second or third month when these items would have gotten to the US, the notes that we wrote out customers' details would not be in a good state. So what happens when you're writing out, you're supposed to deliver items to a customer, and the book where you wrote out that customer's address or phone number is already in a terrible state due to how badly some staff handled it or everything. So what then happens? You're left with people's goods, you don't know how to get it across to them, and by the time the customer is the one calling to ask for this information, it's already messed up. You've not delivered a seamless experience to them. So we had to start transitioning to automating our information on a cloud system. So simple one that we started with was as simple as Google Doc and Google Sheets, Google Spreadsheets. So I would work on it, another staff can work on it, partners in the US can see it, they can ask questions, which now makes me I now want to throw the question to people who are listening. And as a challenge, actually, if you're just working with pen and paper in your business, please, you need to change. You need to really change it. How have you worked on? What are the things you're doing to ensure that your customers' information, the details of your business, the data that your business has is on a cloud system that is so secured that if a staff loses their phone, you will not be running around for some kind of information. Or if anything happens to the laptop and it crashes, what then happens to customers' details and all that? So tech can be as little as putting this customer's information on a secured Google Drive. It can be as simple as having a dedicated iCloud account just for data. It can be as simple as Google Sheets. As simple as Google Sheets is. It's not complicated. Now, let me bust your bubbles. I was an art student. I read international studies and diplomacy. All my life, I had been running away from calculations and anything technical. So imagine when I had to start putting in the work to learn Excel. Not not the serious ones, not Power BI or Tableau or those ones that require calculations. Just simple Excel with some, you know, things that you need to tweak here and there just to ensure that you get information faster. So it's all a learning curve. As your business expands, you need to also expand with the business. You need to bring in solutions that will make the business easier, that will make information gathering or access easier, which means that if you need to go on vacation or you're not around, someone else should be able to log into somewhere and get information without having to call you. So these are some of the things that I want us to really open our eyes to, start exploring, start getting necessary training for them, because it's a game changer. It's a game changer. If your business has to move forward, you also need to have processes and systems and tools in place to actually make information retrieval, storage, and everything else easier, smarter, and better.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Adora. As you were talking, I just said, let me pause a bit here just to buttress the fact that in this new, I know that when PI comes back, she's the one that's going to do the proper unveiling and talk to us about the BLEC program. But for those of you who are going to be joining us, we have a package for you under export and digital solutions. So you might be hearing Adora talk about export, talk about how she was able to leverage digital solutions to scale her business, and you're like, oh my God, that's the next big thing I want to do. But how can I do this? How it's looking all overwhelming. And that is okay, because when you approach new knowledge, sometimes it can be overwhelming. It's now time for you to step back, take a deep breath, and now ask yourself, where do I start from? Where are the low hanging fruits? And here she's already mentioned there's some low hanging fruits. One, she mentioned Instagram, she mentioned WhatsApp. You're using your Instagram for entertainment, you're using your WhatsApp for catching up with family and friends, but that could be the next tool that you need to scale your business. So how about you just start from the very simple ones? You already have a smartphone, and there are a lot of applications on Play Store, Apple Store, that would help you track sales, track your finances, to help you manage your finances in your business. So you could just go on there, download some of these apps. They are very easy to use, nothing complex, nothing complicated, and begin to use them to grow your business, to put structure in place so that your business begins to, blossom and bloom in your eyes, right? So, Adora, I'm just going to touch on the few last ones before I let you go. Can you share? Okay, so you've already talked about your how you were able to use some of these tools to grow, how they impacted. Now, would you say that these tools have made any difference in how you shine in your industry, which is export? Would you say that there are other export organizations and there are several export consultants, but would you say that because you've been able to embrace technology, you've been able to embrace these tools, that it has made you stand out in any way at all, and in what ways in your industry?
Okay, Ada. Um, it has really helped a lot because I won't even lie. A lot of customers usually tell us that, oh, I saw your post on Instagram. Oh, I saw this on Instagram. Someone tagged me to your post. And it's so amazing, like the
Mm.
kind of reach you get and you don't even know, because most times it's what really humbles me these days is someone is asking for an export company, maybe on a mommy page or another page of some kind of influencer, and they're talking about how they need to sort out items or send things to Canada or UK or US. And
Mhm.
in few minutes, I kid you not, about 5 or 6 people that we do not know would have tagged our business handle. Oh, try my Afrimo. Oh, try my Afrimo. Try my Afrimo. And it's just so humbling that even when you do not know how much people are actually seeing you, a lot of eyes are seeing you. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things I really, really am happy about. I'm really happy that we put in the work in ensuring that that page was active. As time went on, we had to, of course, we had to build a website, we had to do things. But even till date, a lot of customers still get us from Instagram. When it comes to tracking of packages, some people don't even go near the website at all. They just DM on Instagram that I sent so item to you guys last week. Please may I know where it is right now? Or on WhatsApp, they are sending us messages that can you please help me track my package? It's as simple as that, and it's really phenomenal how much your business can grow just by being visible and active on social media.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think I hear you like few minutes after you're done. So thank you very much, Dora. Um, just as we wrap up this conversation, I just want you to let's look into the future for a bit and talk to me. What do you see when you think of the role of digital solutions in the future of entrepreneurship and business growth for women entrepreneurs? What do you see in the future?
Okay, that question is quite heavy because it has to, I'll have to do a lot of unpacking. But what does the future look like for businesses generally before we
Mm,
even move to female-owned businesses? Female-owned businesses are still businesses and they are
yeah.
competing with male businesses regardless. So let's
Mm,
just treat it as business generally. The future for business, especially African businesses, is that you will be left behind if you do not leverage on solutions, tech solutions that are available. If you keep on
mm,
working with just offline strategies or
mm,
offline marketing, you would
mm,
lose out on a lot more customers that would have gotten to know about your business, which means they would you would lose patronage, which means you will not be getting as much revenue or profit that you're supposed to be making. Then second,
mm.
talent, because over time a lot of the customers see us through social media. It also means that when we need to staff, when we need to fill in positions, these key people friends in the business, the working right now, physical interviews. So everything is online, which means you need to integrate Zoom or also agency in how to virtual, how to fix appointments, how to leverage and get partners, possible partners via the internet. So
So I think that we have lost Adora there for a bit. Okay, she's back.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay.
Network bumped me out. So
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the future, like I was saying, there are a lot of things that need to be optimized in your business. Starting from you yourself as the business owner, you need to get training on certain things that will move your business from point A to point B. So personal optimization is necessary. As a business owner or manager, you need to get training on how to use some tools so that you can also introduce it to staff, whether it's inventory management system, you, or as simple as customer relationship management, so a crm software, or even the basics of how to really respond to customers online when you're not there. You need training for that. As the business is growing, you need to move yourself, your personality away from the business somehow, meaning you have to transfer the knowledge that you have to some of those staff. So personal optimization as the business owner or manager is really, really important. Then the next one is tools for employee optimization. How are you hiring? How do you measure productivity? How do you reward or give incentives to staff? So these are things that are really, really necessary. And some of them can be as simple as just Google Forms when you need to make surveys and everything. Then tracking of employee performance and productivity. How do you measure what this person has done? So employee optimization, what are the tools you can use? There are some tools that you can use from time to time to see how this person is doing compared to how this person is doing. What have they done in the period that they were here? So simply from the process of hiring, performance, job description, SOPs, and KPIs. They need to be stated clearly and documented in a soft format that the staff or employee can always see it to put themselves in check whether they are really working up to how they should, up to speed or not. Then you yourself, you can also measure their own productivity. Next one is customer optimization. How do customer reach out to you? What is the entire process from point A when somebody reaches out to your business, when they make inquiries and they finally decide to place order? Now I'm talking for product based businesses. So you have products, you have inventory, and currently everybody reaches out to you either through Instagram or WhatsApp. Have you looked at hiring someone to create a website for you so that everything is contactless? Somebody can, or a customer can go to your website, pick this, check out, they put in their destination or their location, their address, and everything is without contact. Imagine if your business has grown so much that you get at least 500 orders in a day. If you are answering
Mm.
500 WhatsApp chats in a day, you will not live long to enjoy that money. So that's the future of business. You can't keep on answering DMs one by one by one. Thank God there are now tools that you can automate responses. You can
Yeah.
automate the ordering process. You can automate
Mm-hmm.
checkout. All that staff now need to do is to print out or collate and then package the order, send it out, the customer gets it. So I've spoken on personal optimization, I've talked on employee optimization. Right now I'm talking about customer optimization, the entire process. How do you get customers? How do you retain them? How do you know customers that have left? Process optimization, which I was just going on. Have you looked at Shopify? As simple as Shopify is, some people who are in Nigeria do not know what it is. So even if it is a US based store, you can list your products there. You can list your products there, and a customer in Ghana can buy, a customer in the UK can order, a customer in South Africa can order. Thankfully, there are now Nigerian owned software or platforms, digital platforms that you can also upload your products to. Jumia is there, Gigi is there. There is now Prosper, there is Bumper. They are not paying us for for adverts, It's not like they're paying for influencing, but I just want us to really look at some of these solutions. So if you're already getting drained by the process of always answering DMs, always monitoring staff to ensure that they don't make mistakes in packaging orders, should they be packaging two pieces and they packed four for one client, you know that you're losing out money. So upload your catalog to these platforms, put all the necessary details, put how much it will charge for delivery and everything. Then launch. All you now need to do is the next one, which is revenue optimization. So how are you promoting your business? Is your business just a one-touch business whereby customer uses your service or buys your product once and that is it? You lose touch with them. You don't know how to get back to them. You don't know how to upsell or even cross-sell to them. So how are you working on a system that will constantly generate revenue even when you are not there? So are you looking at marketing platforms or promotional activities that you can do after listing your product or your service on this Instagram, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Katra, on eBay, on Shopify, on Gigi? You know that putting your product on Gigi is different from actually getting constant sales. You need to promote it. So what is the budget you have for marketing, for promoting your service or your business on these platforms? After this section tonight, you need to really sit and map out your entire business process from point A to point Z. So how does the customer get to hear about your business? From the point where they get to hear about your business to the point where they have used your service and you have delivered successfully. How do you reroute it again? It's a circle. The business of the future has to be so automated that your business or your product is in the faces of these people day in, day out, at least 2 to 3 times in a month or in a week. I should be seeing your adverts either on Google when I use YouTube, or on Instagram, on Facebook, or on Twitter. Which of these platforms will I see your promotion or your advert? Now let me use, like I always do, I'm a practical person. So let me use on YouTube. A lot of us have used YouTube. How many of you have seen this Daikin AC? It literally follows you everywhere on YouTube. I'm sure 3 months ago you did not know that there was any AC product, air conditioner called Daikin. Now everywhere, or every video you click on YouTube, you are seeing Japan quality. You're seeing Daikin, buy Daikin, premium Japan quality. Like, the ads are so much now that if I need to get an AC, if I need to install an AC in either my warehouse or my home, I would want to even say, let me even see what this Daikin looks like. What does that mean? They have sold me, they've gotten me, because they've been in my faces like everywhere. And I'm sure you have some coaches or other businesses that everywhere you are or everywhere you go, like MTN, their adverts follow you. So that's the strategy for the future. Whether you're a female-owned business, product-based business, or service-based business, once you run through this entire process, I assure you your business is optimized for the future. So let me mention them again. I think someone was asking that I should say them again. So personal optimization for you, the CEO or the manager, employee optimization, customer optimization, process optimization, and lastly, revenue optimization. Thank you, Ada. I hope I've done justice to it.
You did not just justice, you did extremely amazingly well. Thank you. You see, ladies, you see why I like to peep into the mind of very, very successful business owners. And then when they are female, they are premium on my list. Thank you, Adora. It's been such a brilliant conversation with you. Thank you for sharing with us your tips and your secrets to how you have navigated digital solutions and business. We're thankful for your time. It's been an amazing 1 hour chatting with you, catching up, and seeing how we as well can begin to take advantage of these solutions to leverage our business. As we call it tonight, I just want you to think deeply on some of the solutions that she has said. As a means of recap, I would share one. She made mention of the fact that she started simple. It was IG, it was WhatsApp, it was something that simple. And then she moved on to managing her books, giving clients from all over the globe access to these books for transparency, for accountability, for easy accessibility. And that's when they started looking out for other tools that they can use to achieve these purposes. And now they have now scaled to an even much bigger level where you can track customers' orders, you're able to cross sell, upsell, and all of these using digital tools. She has talked about the future, and I know that sometimes this can come across as being too much, but not to worry. We are here for you. You see, the Leading Ladies Business Institute, we are committed to providing women entrepreneurs with the essential business skills needed to establish a thriving venture in the 21st century. Now, the world of business is constantly evolving. The way that we know to do business in the past is not what it is right now. The tools that we even needed for a few years ago are very different. Now, technology is constantly evolving. Constantly churning out new business tools. Now we have to talk about capacity building, critical thinking. We have to talk about collaboration. You have to talk about leveraging certain platforms and all of that. You have to always also think about, where are my audience? Where is my target market? Where are they spending more time in this age and time? Where are they? I can bet you that if you're looking to target a teens market, and I'm talking about manufacturers now, you're looking at targeting a teenage market, and you're doing that on Facebook, or you're doing that on just a brick and mortar store alone, you're losing out on a huge chunk of market. Because guess what? These guys are now on TikTok. Well, I'm not on TikTok anyway, but I mean, if you have that kind of market and you're looking to sell to your right audience, they're now on TikTok. What are you doing in a brick and mortar store? What are you doing selling on Facebook? Those places are growing, but you now have to evolve with the time. You cannot be stuck in your old ways. You have to look at ways to evolve, because the business is changing. You have to align yourself with this change. And if you're thinking, where do I start from? Not to worry, LLBI, we've got you covered. Now, our basic leadership and entrepreneurship course will soon start. We are launching registration literally, guys, and we are covering simple courses and even very complex courses like personal development, business development, and we are looking at digitized business practices. We are including that because we understand the changing time. We understand that now, as a business owner, you need to know how to leverage your business. You need to know how to upsell. You need to know how to expand using digitized business practices. Now, we're going to show you how to build an e-commerce platform. We're going to show you how to set up digital payment systems. We're going to show you how to do your budgeting and forecasting using digital tools or digital solutions, as the case may be. We're also going to show you how to manage your cash flow. right? All of these is packaged in the Bilek program. And here's the icing on the cake. I know you guys were listening to Adora and you're like, how can I tap into this global market? How can I tap into this foreign market? So there is a world out there called exports, and we are incorporating this into our curriculum for you because we want you to be all round ready for the tides that are coming ahead. The world is changing. The way that business is done in this generation has changed, and we want you to change. We want you to position yourself rightly. Okay, it's been an amazing conversation this period. It's been an amazing conversation this evening, and we just want to thank you all for spending time with us, listening to this conversation. I know that I've been impacted. I want to hear you in the comment section. Let me know. Let me hear you. How have you been impacted by this conversation series? And I'd like to hear more of it in our IG page. So just run off there and begin to comment, begin to share, begin to like, invite your sister, invite your friend, invite your enemy if you have any, invite your pets, wherever a woman is doing business and you know that she needs to hear this conversation. Invite her on board, let her come on board and hear what we'll be sharing here. The conversation series is going to continue on Tuesday, the 28th of March 2023, and is still in the commemoration of the International Women's Month. And this time, we're going to be talking to someone in the agro space. I want you to keep your eyes and ears open. We have a special guest coming in on that day. You don't want to miss out at all on any of these tips that we're going to be sharing with you. And if you would like to be a part of the BLEC program, the registration link is running across your screen right now. Go register, go be a part of this program. It will be the turnaround point that you need for your business. Okay. I'm so delighted to have anchored this session, to have anchored this evening's conversation series. And thank you all for listening. Thank you for joining. I wish you a very, very lovely evening. See you on Tuesday. Bye.